What's going on, guys? It's your boy CMB. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and let's get into this one really quickly. Now, guys, I want to talk a little bit about this situation going on with Canelo Alvarez ducking smoke from his WBC mandatory and David the Monsta Benavidez. But before I do that, I want to talk a little bit about the video I made yesterday about Errol Spence Jr. I think it was titled Errol looking like Larry Holmes, flabby and sick. And the comments that I got on that video, some of them were good, some of them were bad, of course. And some of them I knew that you guys didn't watch the video. You automatically assume that I was taking a shot at Errol, which wasn't the case. I put that there as a question, and I explained why I thought that Errol didn't look fat in those pictures that he dropped on his verified Instagram the other day. But some of you guys, you just took off, going in on me and not even watching the video. You just read the title. So now I understand when some of these channels say that some of these guys are man fans. They're not really a fan of the sport. They're just a fan of one fighter, and they want you to just be a cheerleader and just, get on here and cheerlead one fighter. And look, guys, there's plenty of channels that do that. I don't do that here. I give fighters their props. I critique fighters. I might say some things, you don't agree with. I'm just being a real person. I'm not just going to be on here cheerleading just for views. I don't have to do that. I do what I do because I love the sport. But anyway, with that being said, let's get back to the situation with Canelo Alvarez. Now, Canelo Alvarez, like I said, looks like he's ducking smoke with David Benavidez. I have a Twitter post pulled up here, Michael Benson, guys. Let me get it up here. It says Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez is not happening next. Benavidez's promoter, Samson Lukowski, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, has now confirmed. Lukowski said Canelo and Eddie Reynoso simply did not respond to their offer for the fight in September. Now, for those of you guys who don't know, an offer was put on the table by the PBC for $50 million for Canelo Alvarez to face off against his WBC mandatory in David Benavidez. Now, we all know that Canelo Alvarez wanted to face Dimitri Bivol in his next matchup, but the fight seems to be off the table due to the fact that Bivol didn't like what they were offering, basically. Now, we all know Bivol wanted that fight to be at 168. He wanted the titles to be on the line. He felt like, he should be getting something out of this. What does he really get out of fighting Canelo a second time and not having anything on the line? Last time his belt was on the line, and Canelo Alvarez, he wants Canelo Alvarez belts to be on the line. And I get that. I get that. But Canelo Alvarez insists on having the fight at 175. Now, it looks like, let me pull this up here, that those negotiations are off the table. So it says here, Dimitri Bivol has now declared that the Canelo Alvarez rematch is not happening in September and insists he is focused on an undisputed light heavyweight world title fight versus Artur Beterbiev. So there you have it, guys. There's not going to be a rematch with Dimitri Bivol. He's focused on an undisputed matchup because he wants titles, and I can understand that. Now, something else here, guys. Let me read it here. On Michael Benson's Twitter, it says Eddie Hearn has revealed that he's had talks about potentially making Canelo Alvarez, get this, guys, versus Badou Jack in Saudi for Jack's WBC Cruiserweight World title. I like the fight. I don't think Eddie Reynoso is rushing around that fight, but it might have some legs. And this is what I'm talking about. Canelo Alvarez wants to be seen as the face of boxing, but he doesn't want to face the fighters that the fans want to see him face. Nobody wants to see Canelo Alvarez fight Badou Jack. Nobody wants to see Canelo Alvarez go up to cruiserweight. You know, he had problems at 175. What is it going to be like at cruiserweight? You're the 168-pound undisputed champion. You have David Benavidez, who is the 2-time WBC champion, never lost in the ring, and he is your mandatory. And you should defend the belts in your weight class. And when you don't, when you turn down $50 million for a mandatory against a guy that, you know, not only boxing fans want to see, but your peers are calling for this fight, then it looks like a duck. You can't, you know, you can't get around that. You know, I like Canelo Alvarez as a fighter. This is very disappointing to me as a fan. But I think you have to call it a duck. There's nothing else that you can say about this if he doesn't fight David Benavidez. If the Bivol fight is off the table, then Benavidez, I think, should be the next option, not Badou Jack or anybody else. So I don't know, guys. It just looks like a duck move to me. It looks like Canelo Alvarez is afraid to death of facing David Benavidez. You know, it's hard as it is for me to say that. That's what it looks like. So, but anyway, guys, you tell me what you think about this situation about Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso not responding to the $50 million offer for his mandatory. You guys let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. It's the CMB. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace.